Hello everyone. Last week I thought Fear Street Part 1 was absolute perfection. To find out all the reasons why I thought it was so good, there'll be a link in the description for the video or a link right here. Also, Fear Street made me do many things during the week. Things such as... Still holds up. Gotta be one of the best film openings ever.
Watching us and waiting. What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
So, part 2 kicks off with Dina, Josh, and a possessed Sam looking for help and tracking down the original survivor of the Camp Wing massacre, C. Berman. We then get to find out what really happened back in 1978 and the events leading up to it. So, leading into this film, I literally said, Netflix, please.
This doesn't work. I will murder you.
So, did part 2 work? Thankfully, it did deliver. I don't think it is as a good a film overall as part 1. However, I do still think it's quite good. And I do even think there are some parts of this film that work a little bit better than part 1. The first standout of the film has to be what's anchoring it, which is the relationship between the two sisters. It's portrayed in such a real way, and it's the highlight of the film. We've got one monster of a sister.
Then who am I? A monster. That's what they say.
But someone at the same time who is realistic and honest about her life and the shitty situations that Shadyside keep putting her in.
Deep down you feel it, don't you? Shadyside, there's something here that's just holding us down, cursing us.
We've also got her sister who's trying everything in her power to break out of her Shadyside curse.
I just want to get out of Shadyside. Is that so crazy? Shit.
This, of course, causes a big rift and an interesting dynamic of conflict between the two sisters.
So mean. Could once in your life you just stop pretending? You're Shadyside, in case you forgot.
We also get another strong girl fighter from Shadyside, Alice, who's got her own baggage and who actually, in my opinion, is much more interesting than the other two sisters. I was really quite disappointed when she didn't get to fulfill the moment that her life had been leading up to too.
I've waited my whole fucking life for this. And now I've found it. Let me see this through.
But thankfully, one really satisfying thing we do get out of these girls is the rebirth of Cindy Berman. She's quite weak and she's in denial at the start of the film, but she literally crawls through shit to be reborn.
My sister's in the toilet.
What?
And once she is reborn as a new person, man, does she kick some ass. Another thing that's really driving this film is the mythology of Sarah Fear and the history of Shadyside. And before I started watching this film, I was super intrigued to know more mythology and what had happened in the past. But during the film, I just felt like they spent way too much time on it. One other negative is I really feel like after all was said and done, I didn't find out anything new about the mythology that I didn't already know from part 1. Also, I was a little disappointed they didn't really go into the Shadyside and Sunnyside rivalry anymore. I mean, they showed us more rivalry, of course, but I was kind of looking for some kind of explanation or some more, history on that side of things, not the Sarah Fear part of things. Another negative of this film, I've got to say, is I felt like it took too long to get going. I mean, it's 30 minutes until it goes to nighttime, and then it's 44 minutes before we get our first kill. It's a little slow at the start. Luckily, though, once the killing does start, it is kind of worth it. Cause man, did I think part 1 used the R rating well. It's nothing compared to this. Definitely one of the most gory and gruesome films I've seen. Which leads to a side note of mine. At the moment, this film isn't searchable on Netflix Korea. So I was gonna watch it last night, I couldn't find it. Then again, I woke up today, looked for it and searched for it. It had actually been removed from the titles. So originally I thought this was some kind of server error, or maybe they're just uploading it later in Korea. However, after seeing this film, I'm wondering, with all the sex, drugs, and brutal violence, if the Korean Netflix Association or classification have gone, whoa, 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 guys, we are definitely not showing that on Netflix. Another little side thing is, this film is centered around just one killer, the hooded killer, but he starts killing people without a hood. So I was thinking, why hasn't he got his hood? Is it because they don't want us to know who he really is leading into part 2? That's why in part 1 he had the hood on. Turns out, nah, I was wrong there. So to summarize, guys, I highly recommend Fear Street Part 2. It couldn't live up to the heights of part 1, but it's still great. I'm definitely going to watch it again. It's also made me super excited for part 3 next week. Originally, I was like, I don't want to go back all the way in time to 1666. That setting's going to be boring. But now I've seen the little snippet that we got at the end of part 2. I'm super excited to know that the same characters and actors are coming back. Especially once I saw Kate back on screen. Oh my god, my favorite character. My heart nearly melted. This has also got me theorizing, guys. Is it the same actors playing different roles? Or is it the same characters and they're going to become conscious of what's going on and they're all going to band together in 1666, fight Sarah Fear and end the curse for good? Let me know in the comments your theories. Is that what's going on here? Thank you guys for making it so far in the video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Part 3 is going to be up next week. I'll be super excited to see you back here and talk to you in the comments. Also, if you guys could do me a massive favor, click that like button. It helps me out a lot. Until I talk to you in the next review or in the comments, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.